नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ाऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. So we'll continue with the story of Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. Prophet Abraham was so courteous, so warm-hearted person that he never used to eat alone. He always liked that some guest will come to his house, and he don't have to eat food alone with his family. He has somebody in the house that he could feed, because he knew that if you feed a hungry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you a lot of rewards. Or if you entertain guests, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala become very happy. So as he was the friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called him Khalilullah. So he was always looking for guests. So one time he was standing by a road next to his house, and he saw some 80-year-old, a guy in an old age. He said, "You want to eat food?" And the guy said, "Yes." So he brought the guy home. And when the guy came home, he was about to start eating. He said, do you believe in one God? The guy said, "No, I don't believe in God." Then he said, if you want to eat, you have to believe in one God. Otherwise, I will not let you eat. So then he kicked the guy out of his house, because the guy was a non-believer. And Prophet Abraham got mad at him that, I'm feeding you in my house, and you are not ready to accept Islam, and you're not ready to believe in one God and the religion that is prescribed by that one God. The guy left his house. Then the angels came to Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, and told him that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upset. He's saying, I am feeding somebody who is a non-believer from last 80 years. I never asked him to accept me. I never asked him to worship me. I never asked him to follow the guideline that I gave. But still I was giving him food. So if I am serving a non-believer from last 80 years, what happened to you, Abraham, that you can't feed him only one time because he's a non-believer? He's a believer or he's a non-believer. My blessing in this world is for everybody. So you should feed him. This is very wrong that you did. You kicked the guy out of your house because he is a non-believer. So Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, got very nervous and very anxious, and he ran out of his house looking for that person. He couldn't find him. Then he went far away. So he found that person. That person was going. He said, please come back to my house, and I'm very sorry, and I apologize that for my behavior. Please come and eat. So the guy said, what happened to you? You just kicked me out of your house, that I am a non-believer. Now you are begging me that please come and eat. So what happened? What changed between now and then? He said, my Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I was feeding this guy who was a non-believer from last 80 years. What happened to you, Abraham, that he refused to accept me as his Lord, or he refused to follow the religion of Islam? You kicked him out of your house and you refused to feed him when I never refused to feed him. He is my creation, and I will feed him till the time he is alive. So the guy was so much impressed by the preaching of Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, and the behavior that he showed towards that guy, because Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, was too much scared from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he wanted to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he came begging this guy that please come back to my house and eat. So the guy accepted Islam, and he accepted the one God and the religion prescribed by that God. So this is the way we all should approach that, like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not seen that this person is following this God or that God. They think that this is our God is not only one God, our God is more than one God. Or if we say God has children, or if we say God has wife, or we say God has daughters, some people call all the angels are the daughters of God. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being so powerful, still he don't take revenge from us. He give us food every day. He give us everything every day. Without, he knows what we need. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes off his oxygen, all of us cannot breathe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stops his water, all of us cannot drink. There was one king, he was asked that if you are thirsty and you don't get a glass of water, what will you do for it? He said, I'll give half of my kingdom. And he said, if that water will not come out of your body, what will you do? He said, I'll give the remaining half of my kingdom too. So if you look at the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot create that water ourselves. We cannot create that air ourselves. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us so much, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so much, but still we deny the existence of God. Still we deny the existence of him as one. We say there is no God, or we say there is more than one God, or we say God is like us. He has wife, he has children too. So this is a total wrong concept. He is the God. He is above and beyond all of us. Nobody knows how he is. We know whatever he told us about himself. He told us that, like, if you will worship me, if you will follow the guideline that is given in my one religion, Islam, you will be successful in this world and the world after. Wama alayna illa al-balagul mubin.
Oh